What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Man, I'm excited to ramble on in a video today. I got a bunch of fun stuff I want to talk about. I actually just got done working through this book on my lunch today, The Art of Clear Thinking, and it has some ideas marinating that I kind of want to get out there and solidify in a video. So it should be a ton of fun. It's been a rather what do people call it, like a slow Tuesday. As you can, well, first of all, ignore the massive clutter and mess in here. That's just the reality of growing a reselling business. I got clothes everywhere, like this massive pile. Ignore this massive pile of clothes. I've been working through this pile all day, but there is some really cool stuff in here. Like, show you guys some of it, like this kind of vintage pair of Carhartt FR pants. They got like a super cool vintage wash to them, just because they're just kind of like a nice old pair of Carhartts. And these things are, man, boy, these are absurdly thick because they actually have 2 layers of denim. These are just a really cool pair of Carhartt pants. And I love this jacket. This is just a vintage canvas and fleece line jacket, but I love the embroidery. Sourdough Mining Co., an Alaskan restaurant. I just love that. This is a fun one too. If you've ever heard of the brand Mystery Ranch, that's a good one to look out for. They're a pretty fascinating company. They're actually a U.S. based company, I believe, out of Bozeman, Montana, and they're really sought after in the outdoor and hunting world. They make luggage like backpacks. This is like a purse or like a side bag. But yeah, for their hunting backpacks, their hiking backpacks, they're really renowned. And oddly enough, or interestingly enough, they just got acquired by Yeti, the cooler company. So that's just kind of a little fun fact for you guys. The more you know, I guess. But I guess if you are new to this channel, you're probably wondering, why do I have all these clothes just piled up down here? It's because I own a full-time online reselling business that I have been growing for, gosh, I mean, I've owned it for going on 9 years, almost a decade now. And if you don't know what a reselling business is in a nutshell, I buy stuff that I like and I resell it on sites like eBay and Poshmark and Mercari, online e-commerce retail platforms. And it's what I've been doing full time and growing it for the past, like I said, almost a decade. It's kind of been the tool in my life that has unlocked, the ability to move to where I want, the ability to travel, and kind of, the financial independence to kind of afford the life that I want, all that stuff. And also open up some other cool entrepreneurship opportunities, like starting a toy manufacturing business and a USA made Western denim jean company. So yeah, more on all that in future videos. Let's get my camera up on the tripod and we will get into the meat and potatoes of what I want to talk about today. We'll get the light situated. As you can see, I'm trying to do this video in one take. No jump cuts, nothing. Just keep it really raw. We'll see how that goes. I am not speech trained or anything. Usually I put a lot of cuts in my videos so my speech sounds better, all that stuff. If I ramble on, or I kind of weave in and out of stories, and my thought track is all over the place, bear with me. I'm a very unorthodox guy when it comes to that. I'm not formally trained in anything. I didn't make it very far in college, all that stuff, but I'm very comfortable in my own skin. And that's just how I talk and how I speak and how I get my point across. So thank you for making it this far. But yes, so I just got done working through this book while I was taking lunch, The Art of Clear Thinking. And what's fascinating, and I'll prop this up, because before I jump into this book, over the past, say, month or so, I have been really contemplating, even the past year, I've really been contemplating the idea of decision fatigue and how it affects me as a business owner and an entrepreneur and a husband and all those great things. And obviously, you're probably familiar with the term decision fatigue. Living in a modern working society, we are straddled with So many decisions to make on a day-to-day basis. We get up. What do we wear for the day? How do I do my hair? What hat do I wear? What am I going to have for lunch? What am I going to have for dinner? What do I have to put on the grocery list tonight? When am I going to go grocery shopping? Should I just, Instacart the groceries over? Or should I, take the time to go out and get the groceries? What am I going to do this weekend? There are so many decisions, and that's just personal life decisions. That's, when it comes to work-related decisions, it gets even worse and even more extreme. So to no surprise, and I am, I'm not above anybody. I've been there where, it's the evening and, it's 7, 8, 9 o'clock, and all I want to do is lay down and watch a show. And you know what? It doesn't even matter what show it is, because I don't even have enough willpower or decision-making abilities to pick something that I actually want to watch. This whole concept of making decisions all day long just really zaps our willpower. And yeah, I've looked into or I've read about how our willpower is correlated to the glucose in our brain, and we're more primed in the morning, so make your important decisions early, all that stuff. I'm not going to get into that today. That definitely applies to decision making, all that stuff. I'm going to talk about what I drew from this book, The Art of Clear Thinking. Interestingly enough, this is written by a stealth fighter pilot, Hassard Lee, and it's a good book. It's since it is it's a little militant, because it's written by somebody in the military or the Air Force. It has a good amount of wartime stories, all that stuff, but he's a decorated fighter pilot, so the everything I took away from this book seems highly credible, and it's backed by real stories, real wartime stories, all that stuff. So it is a good read. And we're not going to get into any of that stuff. We're going to get into what I took away from this book and what I believe the core of this book is, and it's all about decision making. And I get it. I'm not a wartime hero, or I'm not anything, but I'm a guy who makes a lot of decisions in my own life, and I'm sure you're the same. But what I found very fascinating, and it makes perfect sense, somebody like a pilot, and it explains very clearly in this book, pilots make highly crucial decisions, obviously, but also through the task of flying a plane, they're making thousands and thousands of decisions on every flight that they take. And not only do they make just tons of decisions in general, but they make highly crucial decisions, and decisions that could affect their lives, other people's lives. Just imagine flying a piece of heavy machinery through the air, with the laws of gravity and speed and all that stuff, and possibly having passengers, having those lives on your hand, or being in a wartime situation, factoring in all that. Like, they make extremely high pressure decisions, and tons of them. So I thought this book was fascinating because it lays out a very clear, tactical way to handle making decision makings, first of all, under pressure, but also in general in a very concise way that kind of systematically can remove some of that decision fatigue throughout your day. Super cool. And I'll just throw it out there right now. The method that they actually talk about, the brass tacks method that they talk about, is called the ACE helix. Very easy to understand. ACE, ACE, all that stands for is assess, choose, execute. So assess subjectively the decisions that are in front of you. Say you just got off of work and you are hungry. So what are your subjective decisions you could potentially make? Well, you could go to fast food, or you could go home and make food. Simple enough. That's your ACE, or that's the A in your ACE helix. That's your assessment. Okay, now what are your actual choices, pros and cons? Super quick. You could get fast food. It's going to be cheap. It's going to be good. Pros. Cons, it's probably super unhealthy. You could go home to eat. What are the pros of that? It's going to be healthy. It's going to be more nourishing. It's probably going to be better time spent. But cons are, it takes more time to make that. It's probably not going to be as tasty. Just it is what it is. So you look objectively at your choices, and then you execute on one of them. Super simple framework for decision making, and it almost seems like common sense, because it kind of is. But there's something that we do as humans where we don't take that time to step back and actually just subjectively look at the decisions that we have in front of us. Sometimes we let that subconscious kind of work its way in. I heard a really cool term for that called the whisper of 10,000 generations. And what's important, let's look back at you're hungry after work, getting fast food or going home to make food. And let's say health is your, priority when it comes to eating. After a long day's work, when you're already decision fatigued, sometimes that whisper of 10,000 generations is going to creep in. As humans, our subconscious tells us to get as many calories as immediately as possible, because food has always been scarce throughout evolution and humanity and all that stuff. So if you don't have willpower to make decisions, you're going to get fast food. I mean, that's just, I've been there, I've been there for sure. And it is what it is. But if we just take a brief moment and remember, that ace helix, just take a step back and subjectively look and realize that we have decisions in front of us, it could prevent you from getting fast food, and you take the subconscious level and bring it up to the prefrontal cortex and actually make the decision to go home and make healthy food for yourself. So I don't know, it's just I guess that's what I took away from this book. It was very fascinating to understand that the military actually, or the Air Force actually, has a systematic way of training their pilots to make decisions, and it's something we can totally integrate into our lives. I guess like I said, I've been kind of thinking about decision fatigue for the past month, but even the past year leading up to now, I have been pondering it to a degree. I've kind of slowly, I guess some real life examples, I've my wardrobe has transitioned into a super systematic way of dress. I wear boots and jeans and a top. If it's, I'll wear a t-shirt. If it's cold out, I'll wear a sweatshirt. If it's really cold out, I'll wear a jacket. But other than that, the boots and jeans are pretty standard. Some sort of top, climate depending. I really don't burn any decision-making willpower on choosing my wardrobe. Food, pretty, I have a pretty hard line of, I eat at home and I eat whole foods. So when it comes to what I eat, I'll eat whatever in the fridge, because it abides by my decision-making rules for what I eat. So stuff like that, those little things I've kind of implemented into my life, and I found that I can go through my day with a little bit more willpower. I can extend my working decisions more into the evening. Sometimes, man, in the past, I used to be burnt out by, even on a good day, I was burnt out by noon, lunchtime. Sometimes it was hard to bounce back. And I'm sure many of you have been out there or many of you have been there where, you have a good start to the day, but after lunch, it's just hard to recoup and make, solid decisions. You kind of just go with the flow, and you kind of let that subconscious take over. I've made a couple of small implements like that in my life where I feel like I can extend my critical decision making further into the evening, which I think is healthy, and it's been good for my business and all that stuff. But yeah, just a fascinating book on a fighter pilot's perspective on how to make decisions. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it at that. I wanted to experiment with doing a one-take video. I thought it was fun stuff to talk about. I know decision fatigue is real and it's out there. And yeah, I think we will see what happens with this one-take video trend that I am, or not trend, this one-take video style. I'm going to attempt to do it a little bit because the decision fatigue proves it frees up a little time editing, and my main goal is to put more videos out and just get kind of put my thoughts into the world. That's really what I want to do with this YouTube channel, is just put my thoughts into the world. And if I can spend less time editing and trying to make all those decisions, all those cut decisions, all that stuff, and hopefully I'll become a better speaker as well as I make these videos. So I think we'll leave it at that. I got a lot of books I'm probably going to talk about because I do read every single day. pretty voraciously. I get through a lot of books, so I will probably use books as a fair amount of inspiration for this YouTube channel, but that's okay, because sometimes the more you learn, the more you earn. So if I can share something with you guys, I think it's a win-win for all of us. So that's that. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. With that being said, be good to one another, and I'll see you guys again. Peace.